Breaking as we come on the air at 4:30 this morning. 2 women shot overnight, 1 dead, the other critically injured. We'll have the details coming up. Plus, a college savings plan for Florida residents that could help you save thousands of dollars. But the deadline is quickly approaching. What you need to know just ahead. And spring is here. It's time for some deep cleaning, but you don't have to do it all at once. Coming up, ways to declutter your life without getting overwhelmed. A very good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Lindsay Boach. Thank you so much for waking up with us. Let's get a check of your morning forecast. Meteorologist Steve Fundero is in for Mike Prangley this morning. Good morning to you, Steve.
Good morning, Lindsay. Happy Tuesday. The warmth continues. I mean, we've been spoiled through the weekend. We're going to be spoiled through the next couple of days. Out there this morning is a little bit mild. We're generally in the 60s. Feels nice outside this morning. It's dry too, with just a couple of those clouds filtering in. We're only going to see a couple clouds through the day today, so do expect plenty of the sunshine and the warmth. Down to the south and east, though, it's a different story. There's plenty of clouds starting to develop near the Bahamas, some showers and thunderstorms. This is going to increase our rain chances as we head towards Friday, Saturday, and then even into Sunday. So it becomes a little bit unsettled by the end of the week and almost turns tropical. We're going to add a lot of moisture and a lot of humidity to the air, so we're going to feel it by week's end. But for the day today, expect a beautiful one. Sun should be up around 6:45. Temperatures in the mid-60s, and we're dropping off the kids to school. It is nice and warm for them, and they're out at recess. And by picking the kids up, I think we'll need to crank the AC. It'll be in the mid to upper 80s as high pressure remains in control. It's that southeasterly breeze that really gets going through the day today, through Wednesday, through Thursday. By Thursday, we'll add a couple isolated showers in the forecast, and we'll also notice the temperatures on a steady rise. Lindsay, we'll talk about that weekend forecast in just a bit.
Thank you, Steve. Well, breaking this morning, a woman is found dead in a West Side home. JSO first responded to the home on Susie Street late last night around 8 o'clock. They tell us that foul play is suspected. Police are currently interviewing a witness, but do not have any information on a suspect. Also breaking overnight, JSO investigating after a woman was found shot on West 13th Street. This is in the Newtown area. Police say JSO says that foul play is also expected in this. She is currently at UF Health undergoing surgery in critical condition. If you have any information about either of these 2 cases, please call Crime Stoppers 866-845-TIPS. It's a story that we first broke last week. An off-duty deputy shoots and kills a dog at a Clay County park. Lieutenant Mark Cohen says that he thought the dog was a pit bull running towards him to attack. But Miranda Abbas says that her boxer mix, Parker, was young, small, and not at all vicious. 2 conflicting views on one dog. Crystal Bailey is on your side digging deeper into this case and speaking with experts to find out more.
About 68% of American homes have dogs in them, so it's nearly impossible for law enforcement officers not to run into one while on the job. But one training method teaches officers how to make the choice between deadly force and a non-lethal weapon, like pepper spray.
Hi, buddy.
So about 2.5 years ago, we started putting the course together.
James Crosby is a former JSO officer and used to be the director of animal services. He knows his stuff, so he helped design this simulator to do one thing:
Keep their officers safe, keep the community safe, and keep the pets safe.
Last week, an off-duty Clay County deputy shot and killed a boxer hound mix named Parker at Ronnie Van Zant Park in Clay County. Lieutenant Mark Cowan said the dog was 300 feet away and off-leash when it began charging at him at a full run.
It's a tragedy that the officer thought his life was in danger. It's a tragedy that the dog lost his life.
A report from Clay County Animal Services shows this same deputy's wife had a bad encounter with a bulldog 2 years prior. In some cases, Crosby says it makes sense for officers to use deadly force.
You walk around the corner and there's a giant dog that's chewing on an infant right in front of you, and you've got a clear shot. You need to save the human life.
Crosby walked me through the simulator training where he points out obvious signs a dog lives in the home.
If you look at the base of the pole, you see the bowl there.
In the same scenario, he showed me an opportunity to use non-lethal force.
Yeah, but he's barking at you and you don't know if he's going to engage. So if you spray him, he reacts.
Dr. Chris Broadhurst, a veterinarian for the Humane Society, says training like this could help officers understand the difference between a playful dog and an aggressive dog.
A dog who's aggressive or on alert will have erect ears, will have a shut mouth, no panting, no wagging.
Now the training is being reviewed by the Department of Justice.
Hopefully, when we get done, it will be considered by the Department of Justice as the national standard for officer training.
Currently, there are no agencies in Northeast Florida that have taken advantage of this training just yet, but Crosby is hoping to change that soon. Reporting for First Coast News, I'm Crystal Bailey on your side.
The Clay County Sheriff's Office has cleared Cowan of any wrongdoing in this case. There is a law requiring dogs at that park be kept on leashes. Your time is 4:34. Let's hit the fast lane to get you caught up on your other top stories this morning. In Nassau County, a deputy was dragged by a car while trying to make a traffic stop. We're told that the driver of a Hyundai drove away from the deputy, who pulled her over, dragging him a short distance in the parking lot. He then got in a car and chased her, but she made a sharp turn, causing the deputy to crash into another deputy. They're both expected to be okay, but the driver of that Hyundai is still on the run. A bill prohibiting anti-Semitism in Florida's public schools and universities is on the governor's desk. The Senate unanimously passed the bill yesterday. It says discrimination against Jewish people will be treated the same as racism in schools. The controversial project to install power poles and lines along Phillips Highway in Bartram Springs is officially underway. Neighbors say that the power lines will produce additional noise, possible health effects, and that could have a negative impact on property values. The project could take a year to complete. Later today, this is the Cisne Branco that will be docking at Naval Station Mayport. The Brazilian tall ship has completed in several regatta races and is now visiting 14 countries to promote Brazilian naval traditions. DoD cardholders can tour the ship today from 10 to 3. Disney parks are officially banning smoking at all parks, and there are new stroller restrictions going into effect tomorrow, May 1st. Stroller wagons will no longer be permitted. They'll need to be 31 inches wide by 52 inches long or smaller. Again, those changes go into effect tomorrow. So this weekend, next week on GMJ, we're going to help you declutter your life. We're taking a look at the popular KonMari method, which was made popular by Marie Kondo and has a hugely successful Netflix show. She declutters by categories. Here's the first one.
So as we declutter, start with the items with the least sentimental value. For most, that's clothes. It can be hard at first, but get all your stuff together. Take it all out. Get it out of your closet. Get it out of your drawers. Pile it up so you actually have to look at how much stuff you have. And then take everything. Go through it piece by piece. Hold each piece of clothing in your hand and ask yourself, does this spark joy? If yes, keep it. If no, get rid of it. Keep similar items together. Keep those categories in the same space. Instead of hanging up your clothes in a closet, consider folding. You're going to be amazed by how much space you have. I'm going to put links inside this story on firstcoastnews.com for all the various ways to fold. But use dividers or boxes in your drawers to be able to organize your space. And lastly, take that clothing that doesn't spark joy and donate it so it can bring joy to someone else's life.
All right, so last Wednesday, we were live all morning long from Bold Bean in Riverside. If you missed it, you have another chance to come out and check us out this week. We'll be on the road again at Urban Bean in Orange Park. It'll be from 5 to 9 a.m., so come hang out with us. You get some free coffee and some free swag as well. 4:37 is your time. The cost of college tuition has increased by 161% since 1987, and it's expected to keep rising. But there is a savings plan that can help you save money. We're on your side with the details coming up just ahead.
I know it's only Tuesday. It's not too early to start thinking about the weekend or talk about the weekend. We're going to talk about the forecast for the weekend because it turns a little bit tropical and a little bit unsettled. We got some rain chances. We'll detail those just after this break.
Welcome back. It is a debate that has gone on for years.
It's so hard.
Publix or Winn-Dixie?
I
know.
Are we allowed to weigh in?
I think so.
Yeah, right?
Sure.
I think I'd have to go with Publix just because I go there. There's one right down the street from me.
Yeah.
So frequent. You know, but I had a pub sub yesterday, so I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, those pub subs are so good. You know, it depends on what you're looking for.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
and where you're at and you know how quick you can get in. I always go to the I always go to the same Publix also because I know where everything is. I always go to the same store.
But then
I know
again,
where everything
but
is.
for me, if there's a Winn-Dixie right down the street from where I
if
live, then I'd be there too.
If I'm going home and I need to stop, then I'll pop into Winn-Dixie because there's one right on the way home. But
they do. Their meat selection is very good. I think it might be better than Publix's too.
And that one on Bay Meadows is really neat.
Yeah.
That concept store, I really like that. All right, so we asked, and hundreds of you weighed in on your favorite, but which one is actually better for your wallet?
Yeah, I think that when it comes to it, that might be the most important part, right? Outside of the pub subs. Eric Alvarez is on our side this morning, where you can get the best bang for your buck, where you can save the most money.
We asked our Facebook fans what 5 to 10 essentials they get every week at the grocery store. At random, I picked Jamie Littlefield, who says she buys the same things each and every trip. Up first, the staples: milk, eggs, and cheese. A gallon of Dairy Pure Skim milk costs $5.49 at Publix. You can get it for just $4.99 at Winn-Dixie. A dozen Eggland's Best Large Grade A eggs cost $2.91 at Winn-Dixie. The exact same product is $3 at Publix. But Publix gives you a better deal on Sargento cheese at $3.49, 10 cents less than the $3.59 at Winn-Dixie. If you want to find the cheapest prices before leaving the house, the Basket app lets you compare the same products at different stores right from your smartphone. Every week, Littlefield also buys sour cream, shredded cheese, protein shakes, and light Greek yogurt. Publix carries Lando Frost Premium Hickory Smoked Ham for $5.79, beating Winn-Dixie where it costs $5.99. Kraft Sharp Shredded Cheddar is $2.15 at Winn-Dixie. That's $2 less for the same product at Publix, where it's $4.19. Now for the lightning round. Daisy Light Sour Cream is cheaper at Winn-Dixie. Dan and Light Greek Yogurt is cheaper at Publix. And the Slim Fast Protein Shakes cost $13.99 at both stores.
Now remember, your side-by-side comparisons might be a little bit different depending on which products you're looking for, but the winner of the Jamie Littlefield First Coast News Grocery Store Challenge is Winn-Dixie by $3.18. Eric Alvarez, First Coast News, on your side.
So I asked on my Facebook page also, and a lot of people said for groceries, Winn-Dixie, hot food, Publix. I may be biased, I'm saying Publix, somebody who works at Publix. Publix, Winn-Dixie, Publix. So people are all over the place. But this is not, we're going to keep doing these stay up and saves. We're saving you money all month long, and we're continuing it this week. We're looking at the biggest names in home improvement. Tomorrow we're going to see which saves you more, Lowe's or Home Depot.
I love the smell of Home Depot.
Or
Walmart or Target?
Target or Walmart. I know. It's all about saving you money.
Home Depot's a great store. I'm just going to say that. I love walking into Home Depot.
Yeah.
You just get hit with a blast of just like, let's go build something.
You get that at Lowe's,
I got a cue. Get in the queue. You do. But
I'll be interested to see, though, which saves you more, because we do a lot of home projects. So
yes, you do.
So I might be calling up the husband and telling him,
saying, hey,
we need to go to this place instead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
Anyway.
garden sections. We're
Sorry,
eating up my
I know.
time for
I'm
weather.
sorry, Steve.
That's all right. Brandon's like, get to weather. What are you guys doing? Come on. Hey, it's 4:30 in the morning. We're waking up with you guys. 4:44 in the morning, waking up with you guys. Looking at the big satellite and radar picture down to our south and east, there are some clouds and thunderstorms developing, some showers developing near the Bahamas. This is going to increase our rain chances by later in the week. We're going to watch for some increasing showers or thunderstorms maybe by later Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and then into Saturday. It's unsettled and tropical Saturday, and then maybe get another shot of rain as we head towards later on Sunday. So I don't think it's a complete washout this weekend, but it will be one of the several days where you need to stay locked into the forecast just so you can plan your days accordingly, because I do still think we see plenty of dry time, particularly on our Saturday morning. It's a good one out there this morning, and it is nice and warm today. We're into the 80s with plenty of sunshine. Lindsay?
Senator Rick Scott and Governor Ron DeSantis will meet with the FBI in the next few weeks to discuss election hacking. And this comes after the Mueller report revealed that Russians hacked at least one county in Florida during the 2016 presidential election. The Florida Supervisor of Elections says the state is implementing new systems in order to combat election hacking in the future. It's no secret that paying for college is quite expensive, but luckily there is a savings plan here in Florida that you may not know about. First Coast News' Jeff Vallon is on your side with that plan this morning.
We've got so many friends that say, I've got student loans, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000.
He's not finishing college with that load on his mind.
It makes me feel so relaxed.
That's because UNF senior Avery Latterain's parents mindfully started putting money away in Florida's prepaid college plan when Avery was born.
It was, what, $47.86 a month?
Enough to cover all of Avery's tuition at rates locked in way back then.
$10,600 for a 4-year degree.
Versus the more than $25,000 4 years at UNF would cost today. That's the charm of Florida's prepaid college program. It's like a layaway program that covers future expenses at annually set current costs.
You're locking in with your payment the cost associated with college.
You have until April 30th to lock in this year's rates. Considering that inflation has averaged about 2% a year since 2000 and college tuition has jumped more than 5% a year in the same time frame, time is always of the essence. There are other plans as well, and sometimes a combined strategy is best. But with that end of April cost adjustment in Florida's prepaid plan, it's a good time to take a close look.
If you do it one day after April the 30th, then the plan is more expensive.
It enabled us to be able to know that we could send them to a 4-year college.
So that was Jeff Allen reporting, and in that story he mentioned a deadline of April 30th, and guess what today is? It's April 30th, so you want to get in on that. Ultimately, such plans can save tens of thousands of dollars. For more information about the Florida Prepaid College Plan, you can go to this story, firstcoastnews.com. Hey, we've got a traffic alert for you. Gator Bowl Boulevard around TIAA Bank Field will be shut down starting at 10 o'clock this morning. The closure is for this weekend's Welcome to Rockville concert. The roadway will remain closed until May 7th at 4 p.m., so that's about a whole week. We're working to find out what changes the concert is undergoing this year to force the closure of Gator Bowl Boulevard, especially so early before the concerts. Festival goers are in fear this morning that Woodstock 50 Festival may be canceled just months before it's supposed to take place. Brooks Baptiste is going to have the buzz when we return.
Good morning, everybody. Taking a look towards I-10 and I-95, your interchange there, where they're continuing some construction work. Not too bad at the moment. Things are moving along, but as you make your way through downtown, there are going to be closures later on this morning, starting at 10 along Gator Bowl Boulevard, right there in front of the stadium. We're going to talk more about that, as well as Welcome to Rockville, which will be happening this weekend. So just stay with us.
All right, let's take a step outside. Temperatures are feeling a little bit comfortable out there. Look at that. We're in the 70s in some locations out at the coast. We got a nice sea breeze developing through the day today out of the south and the east, so it'll feel awfully nice. And with high pressure and control, another pleasant day with plenty of sunshine expected. We're going to get into the mid-80s today, and then the temperatures are going to just steadily climb as expected through the end of the week. And by the end of the week, we're going to be near 90 degrees Friday into the low 90s Saturday and Sunday. But by the end of the week, we're adding moisture. We are also adding some humidity, so it's going to feel muggy, and it turns tropical. Today, though, again, it is nice and beautiful, a nice steady little sea breeze for those salt lifers today. Here's where things turn a little bit tropical. An area low starting to develop in the Bahamas now. All it's going to do is increase those rain chances by Friday afternoon with some thunderstorms around, and then into Saturday where it is a little unsettled and muggy, and then we get another shot of rain maybe Sunday afternoon. So just stay locked into the forecast. Not a washout, but just several rounds to be expected through the next couple of days as we head towards the weekend. We do need the rain. We are still seeing those numbers a bit below normal, so we'll welcome it in. And again, as I mentioned, not a complete washout, but just one to stay locked into the forecast to have updates.
The gunman accused of opening fire inside a Southern California synagogue Saturday will appear in court today. That's topping your national headlines on this Tuesday morning. 19-year-old John Ernest has been charged with first-degree murder and 3 counts of attempted murder. Police say he shot at the synagogue's members with a semi-automatic rifle before fleeing the synagogue after an off-duty border patrol agent fired back at him. The FBI says Ernest posted an anti-Semitic, anti-Muslim letter online just minutes before the attack. It killed 1 and injured 3 others. Today, Patriots owner Robert Kraft's defense team will meet in court to convince a judge that the installation of cameras in a massage parlor was an illegal search and that Kraft's constitutional right to privacy was violated. Kraft and 24 other men were charged with misdemeanor solicitation for allegedly paying for sex there. Kraft has pleaded not guilty, but publicly apologized for his behavior. Filmmaker John Singleton has died. He was 51 years old. Singleton's family removed him from life support after he suffered a stroke earlier this month that left him in a coma. He was the youngest director to be nominated for an Oscar for directing the film Boys in the Hood. Burger King's Impossible Whopper is going nationwide. It's a vegan option containing mostly soy protein with fewer calories and cholesterol. Company officials say it's hard to tell the difference between the original Whopper and the Impossible Whopper. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. The meat-free version will cost about $1 more than the original Whopper. All right, your time now is 4:53-ish. Let's check in with Brooks Baptiste for your trending headlines. Hey, Brooks.
Hey, good morning to you, Lindsay. I'm still kind of stuck on this whole Impossible Whopper thing. All right, so you guys might remember the Fire Fest, which was that music festival that never happened. Well, it looks like Woodstock 50 that a lot of folks are always talking about. Well, that might be in the same situation. So here's the buzz. Yesterday, investors announced that they are taking their money elsewhere because they don't believe the production will be well executed. But the organizers are still saying this festival is a go, even though ticket sales are delayed due to the lack of a mass gathering permit. That event is tentatively set for August 16th through the 18th in New York and will feature music artists like Jay-Z, The Killers, and Carlos Santana. All right, let's talk the Seattle Seahawks. The quarterback Russell Wilson and his Grammy Award-winning wife Sierra, well, they're starting a production company. All right, so it's going to be called Why Not You Productions, and they'll focus on creating film, television, and digital content projects. The two say they are excited to share stories that uplift people and inspire others to create positive change. So a big congratulations and shout out to them.
My motivation is what keeps me going. To sit at home, I couldn't do it. Playing cards or reading or crocheting, and that's just not my thing.
I know that's right. She said that's just not her thing. Now get this, she's 69 years old. She's a world record deadlifter. She doesn't look 69, by the way. Sherry Mobley is her name, and she says she's all about being active at her age. She is breaking the internet right now, and folks are calling her Hulk Granny. So Mobley works out 2 hours for 4 days a week and can do 175 squats and even wants to do more by the end of the year. Now I'm shamed because I should have probably not skipped the gym yesterday. She's 69. She's making it. You have to call me out like that, Lindsay.
No, me.
I guess I'm guilty too. I'm guilty as well. Yeah, so 69 years old. She really does look good for 69.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
And that's not lightweight that she's lifting either.
No.
But that's how you stay young. You never stop. And I know, like, even my great grandmother before she passed, that was the only thing that slowed her down is when she kept moving. You're good. You're good as long as you don't stop moving.
Movement is medicine, right?
Yeah.
Movement is medicine. I think that's.
Do it.
And sometimes maybe it's caffeine that helps us go in the morning.
Yeah,
sometimes it's the sunshine, sometimes it's the warmth. Whatever you got to do to keep moving. Whatever you got to do to keep moving.
I love it. That's incredible.
All right, we'll be right back after this.
To be something for Hiccup to have to contend with.
Jay Baruchel gets caught between love and war in How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. The Canadian comic returns to voice the dragon tamer known as Hiccup. This is the third and final chapter in the animated series. Hiccup has gone from nervous teen to village chief, but now as he faces his biggest threat yet, his dragon sidekick is dealing with butterfly tummy and a secret crush. How to Train Your Dragon's available on digital this week.
This is you. You have to believe me. They made me do it.
Gina Rodriguez is an accidental terrorist in Miss Bala. The Jane the Virgin star steps into action mode in this south-of-the-border thriller. She's an LA native visiting her best friend in Mexico. But a drug cartel crashes the party and abducts the two women, leaving Rodriguez having to do the kingpin's bidding to save her friend and spy for the CIA to save herself. Miss Bala is on digital, DVD, and Blu-ray.
What are your names again?
My name.
It doesn't matter what your names are!
Florence Pugh smells what The Rock is cooking in Fighting With My Family. The dramatic actress flexes her muscle in the ring in this one. She's a pro wrestling fan who gets a chance of a lifetime tryout with the WWE, but when she actually gets picked for the tour, she finds she's got a much bigger battle on her hands than the adversaries she'll face on Fight Night. Fighting With My Family is digital. That's the Video View. Raphael Seth, NBC News.
All right, coming up tomorrow, GMJ is going to be on the road. So this is video from last Wednesday when we were at Bold Bean Coffee Roasters in the Riverside 5 Points area. Tomorrow, we are taking the show to Orange Park. We're going to Urban Bean Coffee House Cafe. It's on Park Avenue, 17 Roosevelt It's called all those different things right there at Kingsley and Park Avenue. So come on out, say hello, get some free coffee and some free swag as well. That's First Coast News at 4:30. Good Morning Jacksonville begins in just a few seconds.